second time around for Gary Wright. And that is the fastest time on the track. Now coming out, the 12 that's driven by Travis Cram out of Chehalis, Washington. Again, that's Travis Cram in the number 12, the butt number 12, coming through turns 3 and 4. His first lap in 12.701 seconds, 12.701 for Travis Cram on lap number 1. And the second lap for Travis Cram, the faster of the two, 12.615. In the number 55 as he heads on to the backstretch for lap number 1. Jackson's first lap of 12.425. And lap number 2 for Skip Jackson is 12.494. Lap number 1 for Jones, 12.662. And looks like a better lap on lap number 2. We'll see how he comes across the line. 12.664. And the first lap, 12.662, is going to be the fast one for Marlon Jones. Next down to the track, the 16L, I believe, of Leonard Lee. Shuts her down in lap number 2. The 1BK owned by DOCC has not come through turn 4 for his first lap time. 12.081, the fastest time so far tonight. 12.081 for Don Brown Jr. as he comes through in his second lap. And that lap time of 12.015. And that's the fastest on the track so far. 12.015 for Don Brown Jr. Jeff Midretson. Midretson set the car in turn 1 and 2 for this first lap time. And as he comes out of 4, Larry White showing him the white flag. He's got one more time around. 12.591, the first lap for Jeff Midretson. And lap number 2, crossing the start-finish line in 12.667, so 12.591. one, the fastest for Jeff Hendrickson. And this one on the track now is the 83 of Justin Henderson. Justin Henderson going through 1 and 2 now as he sets the car on the backstretch. Having some troubles coming through 4th. We'll say how we're doing as he goes on to the backstretch. 13.341. First lap for Justin Henderson. 13.341 is going to be the fastest. 3.379 on the second lap. But 13.341 your fastest. Next out onto the track is the 2 Plus driven by Brian Smith. Brian out of Fremont, Ohio. First lap, and he will turn at 12.899. 12.899 for Ryan Smith. And crossing the start-finish line here, 12.805. This is the number 94 of Kenny Jacobs out of Holmesville, Ohio, on the track right now. Kenny's first lap as he goes across the start-finish line of 12.446. And lap number 2, 12.287. 12.287. The fast lap for Kenny Jacobs. This time around will be the start of Jamie's time trial. This is the beginning of lap number 1 for Jamie Boyle. Boyle comes out of turn number 4 and we'll give you his time. Driving the number 10. That is 12.801. Lap number 1 for Jamie Boyle. And lap 2 for Boyle is 12.766, and that's the fast one, 12.766. That is a 23S of Frankie Kerr out of Fremont, Ohio. Frankie, one of the traveling cars with the All-Star Circuit of Champions and last year's points champion. And lap number 1 for Frankie Kerr, 12.311. As he sets the car through 3 and 4. And coming across the flag stand, Frankie Kerr with the best time on lap number 2 of 12.290. So that's a fast one. For Frankie Kerr, 12.290, the fastest. Bruce Dillon, the 1M. Now out on the track. Bruce, a regular out here at the Park Place Eagle Raceway. Bruce was last year's points champion here at the Park Place Eagle Raceway. Bruce running the 360 motor in his 1M, so we'll see how he'll fare against the 410s driven by the other competitors. 13.263, lap number 1 for Bruce Divis. And lap number 2, 13.074 for Divis. Again, Divis with the 360 cubic inch engine as compared. Is in 12.653. 12.653 for Judy Bates on lap number 1. 12.511, the fast time for Judy Bates. number 24 of Terry McCarl out of Pleasant Hill, Iowa on the track right now for his first lap of the time trials as he has to let off in turn 3 and 4. Lap number 1 for Terry McCarl is 12.588. Terry staying on it a little longer through 3 and 4. We'll see how he does. Terry McCarl coming through at 12.571. 571, the fastest for Terry McCarl. Next out onto the track at the U2, driven by Keith Kaufman out of Mifflintown, Pennsylvania. Lap number 1 by Keith Kaufman, 12.615. 12.615 for Keith Kaufman. Comes out of turn number 4. 12 points. First time in a 410 out here, but he is familiar with the track as he runs 360 every Saturday night here at the Eagle Raceway. This is Scott Robertson on the back stretch of lap number 1 for his time trial. Next onto the track, the number 17, out of Brownsburg, Indiana, number 17, Joey Saldana. So far again, Don Brown Jr. 12.015. Second fastest right now, 12.122 of Gary Wright, the number 9 out of Host, Texas. Now on track to number 92, driven by Keith Jacobs out of Wooster, Ohio. Curve. 12.015, the fast time for the time trials. It seems like maybe you knew the track a little bit. What do you think?
All I gotta say is great to be home.
There you go. There you go. I tell you what, you get a draw. I believe we're going to have you draw for the inversion of the start for the A's. And they're going to bring those over for you. But you're kind of experienced on this track. You kind of know the ins and outs. That can help you out come time for the A features and such.
It might help a little bit. bit, but these guys are really good, and they adapt to all racetracks all over the country. And I just feel privileged to be able to set a quick time here in front of all you great fans and see what we can do in the feature.
Well, let's see how you draw here. We're going to drive, I believe, either 4-6 range, is that correct? We'll see how we start. And sure enough, he drew the 8. So, Don, that's going to help you out, isn't it? For passing points, right? Oh, that's right. You don't get passing points. Sorry. Starting 8, not too bad. You know, like I say, you know the track, you know kind of where to go. You know what, so far through time trials have you seen is going to be maybe the fastest place around the track?
Right now it looks like the top pretty good, but I was noticing when I was driving over here that the bottom's still a little wet, so come feature time it might be down there too. Should be, I mean, it's a great racetrack, and I'll be 2-3 groups, got to see some real fast racing.
Well, great. Well, we wish you all the best of luck and congratulations on the... And good luck in the feature.
It'll probably be a good time for you to stand out there in front and lead everybody. Turning around and
let's. The Chevrolet pace truck leading the United Express line number 1 around the track. Again, sitting on the pole in number 12 is Travis Brown out of Hobbit, Washington. Pace truck has gone on the infield. Yellow line is out. Travis Brown sets the pace as they come out of turn number 4. They have to wait until they see the green flag before they accelerate or begin to pass. It's going to be Terry McCarl. We'll see if they get it straight this time as they come out of turn number 4. I'm beginning to notice that McCarl apparently has his foot on the accelerator before everybody else does. So again, row number 1 is made up of Marlon Jones on the inside and D. Jacobs on the outside. Yellow line has disappeared. Black line's got the green flag. We're going to try one more time. The start of the Southwest Express line, heat number 2.
22D. His brother Bill's been driving the number 16 over in Knoxville this year.
Once his own pace truck heading out into the pits. Sitting on the pole in the 23. Ash is going to be Frankie Curley. Outside him in number 17 is Joey Solana. And he is running on for this, the commercial truck and trailer all-star action shootout. Coming out of turn number 4, Larry White's got the green flag.
If we can get all the contestants for tonight's Undy 500 to meet down right in front of the flag stand at the bottom of the grandstands between sections D and E.
Well, we've got Joey Saldana over here, and you are definitely no stranger to the somewhat winner's circle, I guess, when it comes to the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Congratulations on the win of the Dash. Now, I was talking a little bit about track lines and everything. It seems as though you got up to the front and just started running away with it. Is that going to be something that we might look forward to in the future, or is there going to be quite a bit of battling up front?
Well, I started on the front row, so that made a big difference. I started in the back or whatever, you probably wouldn't see that. But hopefully in the feature, you can do some passes, and the track's getting rougher and rougher, and you actually got to loosen the car up. Usually you got to tighten the car up as the night goes, so this is going to be pretty interesting.
Well, with all the rain, we've got a little bit of tacky track, so it's going to be fast, and that was evident in the time trials early on that the track is fast, and it's going to be great racing. Now, who helps you out, Joey, and some of the sponsors that keeps you going on the track and running every day?
Well, my car's owned by Steve Moss. Steve owns a trucking company in Ohio, and if it wasn't for him, I probably would be here right now in the classic car that I'm in. He's got excellent equipment, and I'm just lucky enough to drive for him. And I got a guy out of Bloomington, Indiana, Daryl Tate, turning the wrenches and building our motors, and he's doing a hell of a job.
Now, you had a little bit of success last night. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we went to Hartford, South Dakota last night. Luckily, we got to the lead first, and we won the race. But hopefully we can get back to South Dakota, because the All-Stars need to travel more, and we got to get out to Nebraska and South Dakota and North Dakota, wherever. That's the only way you're going to get sponsors if you travel more.
Well, we'd love to have you here, and we would again like to congratulate Joey Saldana coming home the Dash winner. And I believe you got a few frisbees that you're going to be giving out and throwing to the crowd. Hey, I tell you what, this is the main event, the game feature for the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Everybody out the believe the drivers as they go live. They appreciate you coming out to the voting, the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Setting the pace of the 92 is going to be Jacob, the pole sitter for this, the free man. And they come out of turn number 3 and into 4. Larry White with the green flag and we. moved all the way up in the third. In fourth is the 55 of Skip Jackson. And fifth will have to determine between the 96 of Breezy Scott Woodward and the number 9 of Gary Wright. One more time around, and we're going to go back to green. Everybody in line. Yellow line disappears on the backstretch. Leader Dean Jacobs in the 92. Sitting second in the number 17 is Joey Saldana. And as they come out of 4, we're back to racing.
Everybody gets by.
The caution flag has to fly because Don Brown Jr. ran over the cone. And Whitworth getting into the infield. Junior running over the cone on the start. Yellow line is out as they come through, bringing into 4. Again, Dean Jacobs sets the pace as he comes down the grandstand side. And the green flag flies and we're back to racing. And it flies successfully to go to the Easter flag. Joey Saldana bringing it up on the rear wheel. Trying to catch up to the top 2.
Upside down in the front stretch. It looks like car number 13.
13 is driven by Scott Jones. Red light comes out as the safety crews immediately to Scott Jones in his car. Again, we remind kids, we need you to stay in the grandstands. Kids, stay back up at the seats if you would, please. Dean Jacobs sets the pace in 92. Right behind him, Joey Saldana looking for any way around. And the 1BK driven by Don Brown Jr. sitting in third. Yellow line is out as they head through turns number 3 and into 4. Larry White has the green flag in his hand as they come out of turn number 4. Dean Jacobs sets the pace. Larry White throws the green flag.
tonight's All-Star Circuit of Champions stop at the Park Place Eagle Raceway. They will be back in August. Tomorrow night we will be back out here once again with the IMCA Modifieds and the Walker Tire NSCA 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Gates at 5:30, racing at 7:30 tomorrow night. You are more than welcome to go over to the pits right now, talk to the drivers, get some autographs, but if you do, please be cautious. The cars and the motors will be very, very hot. We'll see you out here tomorrow night.
When exiting the Park Place Eagle Raceway, heading home wherever that may be. Tell you what, starting in the front, I think helped out quite a bit tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, that always helped out. I've been all lucky this year to start up front a bunch. Joey comes before a race, and he just looks like you're kind of, and this is definitely my kind of racetrack, a little rough, a little heavy. That's the way I like it. You get up there and get on the gas and go, and I'll let her go. So this is definitely my kind of place here.
It seemed like the track was pretty fast tonight, and the reason I'm saying that is you didn't see it, but every time Joey would come out of four and punch it, he'd bring it up on the rear wheels and be going two wheels halfway down the track, and it just seemed like the tires were biting and it was really fast.
I think you guys got on the ring here overnight and definitely made the racetrack really fast. It was a little choppy, but hey, you get your car loose enough. We kept our car real loose so we could run through them holes. You know, as I wasn't doing the wheelies, that was really good. We had them raise the car a little bit after that red flag, and it got better and better as the race went on. It was, lap crowds didn't give me no problem. It was just a good night.
Who helps you out with the car and your sponsors and stuff, Dean?
First, Bev and Denny Ashworth own this car, and just, they're tremendously good people. Give me what it takes to win. And then I got the Hammers. Aaron and Randy, his dad, just work their tails off. They're up every morning, 8 o'clock at the motel, getting right after it. And that's what it takes to win. We had some trouble one night. They whip another car out, and we win with that car. So that's dedication. That's what it takes.
Where are you headed next?
We're going over to Knoxville, and believe me, that's one place we definitely want to win.
Well, congratulations again. We really appreciate you coming out, Dean. We love the All-Star Circuit of Champions, and good A-feature win for Dean Jacobs.